wants to make this trip a spiritual journey where each of us seek the unknown and we learn about it. Can we agree to that?
Sure. I guess so.
Some people think it's the visual design, some say it's the sound orchestrated in the films. While you can arguably say that these are perfectly right, I'd say it's the balance stroke between the visual of the storytelling, the selection of music as a part of the presence, the wealth of personality in the storytelling on its own, and undoubtedly the auteurism in Wes Anderson himself. The list presents a guide on the elements that contribute to making his craft so unmistakable. Color. Out of the several identifiable pieces of Wes Anderson's unique visual style, the use of color in his work is remarkably distinctive. Anderson's influences from the 60s and 70s, along with a very washed-out saturated tone, have made his aesthetics to be more recognizable, as one can see in films such as The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou in 2004, which carries a marine-themed scheme filled with various shades of blue and orange, and The Grand Budapest Hotel, in which soft pinks and faded browns prevail. Symmetry. This is the one highly effective technique that is directly connected to the human mind and helps making his films extremely captivating. As opposed to more common techniques like the rule of thirds, his use of center balance or one-point perspective plays an important purpose in putting out the intended reaction to the audiences. Film critic David Borchwell writes that symmetry can create a static geometrical frame that can evoke a deadpan comic quality. Music. The accomplishments of Anderson's movies were all due to the portrayal of art in the shape of scores, each crafted for certain scenes. Music supervisor Randall Poster once commented that music is elementary in progression of Anderson's creation, which makes music a key part in his filmmaking process. In some way, music is a character in his films that transform a scene almost completely. From reducing the scene to melancholic tone or to bring lights to the picture, it's all done with music. The tunes from Alexander Desplat occasionally being alternated with the likes of Rolling Stones, Sue Jorge, The Kings, and an array of rock songs from the 60s that are prominently featured in various titles.
I'm up on the 11th floor and I'm watching the cruisers below.
Set design. I think that when we are watching Wes Anderson's films, we're also sorts of enjoying not only a moving picture, but paintings in motion. Meticulous yet elaborated selections of props, costumes, and buildings, in a way highlighting the efforts it brings in making sure that the surroundings belongs to the emotion, to the personalities, and the conflicts evolved around the characters.
To be frank, I think his world had vanished long before he ever entered it. But I will say, he certainly sustained the illusion with a marvelous grace.
There are many aspects that signifies the Wes Anderson footprints in his crafts, like the use of topography, quirky clothing and accessories, deadpan dialogue and characterizations, the nostalgia represented in children or teenage characters, and the inclusion of adult children characters in Max Fisher and Herman Bloom. Regardless, these visual arts and audio creations will only spur Anderson in his storytelling that revolves around the bittersweet presence of family matter, as well as the discovery and the loss of love. I think that Wes Anderson's films are meant to those who appreciate visual aesthetics, to those who enjoy light-hearted comedy, to those who desires an imaginative world, those who seeks out of monotony, and maybe to those who gets it.